Hello, hello, hello. Oh, okay, let me move some stuff around and here we go. All right, well, I am going to demonstrate some scripting today. And one of the things that we talked about in the podcast with Linux Cast. Hold on a second. Let me turn myself off over here. There we go. Do I really need to hear myself? No. One of the things we talked about at the podcast, broadcasting the Linux Cast on Tuesday nights at 8:15, was that I had started to make my scripts a little bit more modular. So today I'm going to be talking about BSPWM, and I've made some script adjustments for installing that. Now, not everybody's a BSPWM fan. I get that. And while I'm talking, I might as well go ahead and just install quickly on this machine because I just want to start with like a clean slate and go from there. So language, English, US, continue. Let's go down one, American English. There we go. I'm feeling much better. Thank you. Thank you, Bobby. Yeah, much better. I don't know what was wrong with me before. I didn't actually get sick, but I mean, I felt wretched there for about the rest of that day. Maybe I just needed some sleep or something. I don't know. But regardless, I'm just going to whip through the installation here, and I'm going to start off with a new script that will install BSPWM and its accoutrement along with it. So some of the stuff that I've enjoyed diving into, including Ghosty as a main terminal instead of Tilix. So that's a little bit different for me. And let me just, I'm not talking because this is boring. Sorry. I mean, as far as about what I'm doing on the screen. So if you can pick it up really easily. 6 people watching. Cool. All right. So I do want no and put my name in. Quick password. Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. Let me try to fix that real quick. Oh, wow. Yeah, I see what you guys are seeing. My bad. I can't huh. Cool. Okay. You guys see that? Is that you got eyes on me now? Screen? I think you can. So I'm just going to keep going. Yep, it looks like it's going now. Cool. All right, here we go. Manual. Let me go ahead and let's just redo the partition real quick. Creep 500 megabytes at the beginning, and we'll make that EFI and done. And we'll make the rest of this, yeah, ext4 is fine. Finish. Do I want to go back? Nope. I want to write the changes. Yep. Yep. Thanks for sticking around while I fix my stuff. All right, install the base system. It's Nate. Thanks for joining. Actually, the pop is on a different machine. This is my test machine. So yes, still going strong on my on the machine that is about 10 feet from me, though. Thanks. Thanks for the rec. It is alive. All right. So once I get this done, though, we're gonna go through some scripting, and like I said, the installation part of it is really not the what's important. It is the what you're doing after you've got a net install complete. Hello, sodium. Or is that right? Yeah, I was like, is that right? It was. I'm looking at the screen, which is pretty far from me, and I do have my glasses on, but I don't know that I can see distance with these stupid glasses on. So, hello, Crescent. Yeah, I was struggling there for a minute. Last live stream though, man, I felt wretched. Like all of a sudden, it was like a wave that just kind of hit me, and I was like, yeah, I need to excuse myself. I was fine afterward, but man, I don't know what came over me. All right, I'm gonna go this United States. This, by the way, this ftp.us. If you're ever doing like an install, this is really fast for me. So the mirror is very good. Yes, nope. Oh, that's a good plan, dude. Yeah, tablet for chat would be ideal, or maybe just having better vision. The thing that takes a little bit longer is you're actually installing 2 kernels right now. So this is Debian 12.9, and in the stable branch, it's 6.1, and then the 29 AMD 64. Now 30 AMD 64 is out, and it installs the one, and then installs the upgrade like during the installation process, which is good. It just takes a little bit more time than maybe it should. Matt, my friend, howdy. Yes, I'm installing Debian. Matt shows up when I'm installing Debian. This isn't even the saucy way to install Debian, but Matt, he goes and he seeks out Debian installations because that's the kind of guy he is. All right. I don't want any desktop environment. You ain't lying. It may be the best distro, and then full stop. Could be. Just saying. Alrighty. Let's get through this, though. I want to get to the good stuff. right, what time is it? 4:23, so finish. There we go. Oh, yeah, cool. Thanks. Was it me? I appreciate the props, but yeah, I've never done anything in Proxmox. I don't know if that means that you're thinking of somebody else, but if it was a video that I did and it did help you with something like Proxmox, then awesome. Glad to have helped. Okay. Hopefully I keep the same resolution in my stream, because this could end up poorly. Sometimes it just doesn't work good. Oh, it looks like we're good still. All right, now I know you can't see this, but I'm going to change the font size right now. Sudo dp kg reconfigure console -setup. Okay. Let's go to terminus. Let's go all the way down. And there you go. All right. Oh, cool. All right, now, right on. Okay. Yeah, you're welcome, Sodium. Anyway, so I've got to install a couple packages here. So I'm install git micro and just because zram tools. I did micro just for Nate because Nate's in the chat right now. Cool. And I like micro too. So there you go. So sudo micro just to get, let's see, default zram swap. Let's take this out and let's go there, and let's sudo system ctl restart zram swap.service. Okay, and now when I lsblk, we should see, oh, let me take out my installation media. Let's do that again. Control L and lsblk. And yep, my ZRAM is now 16 gigabytes, my swap. Okay, cool. All right, now let's, we're gonna create a directory right now. So let's make the directory and the .config, because nothing is here yet, okay? So we're gonna make the .config directory, and then we're gonna go into it, and we're gonna git clone, and then go to my repo at GitHub, and we're gonna get the BSPWM project now. Okay, let's go, and I just want to show this real quick, okay? Because I'm going to go into the micro, actually, let's do this, cd into BSPWM, and then let's micro into install.sh, okay? So what we're doing here, all right, if you're following the script, now this script is a little bit longer because I usually break scripts down into smaller parts and then source them into the main. So in this case, what I wanted to do was create one script so I actually have fewer points of failure. And my idea also is I'm going to go down to the very bottom first, guys. Okay, I wanted different sections. Hey, War Thunder. I wanted different sections that included installing the packages and enabling the services and setting up the directories. And then there are some other things that are specific for this BSPWM build. It's going to install requirements on some of these other installation parts, including the FT Labs PyCom, which is, by the way, he's probably not in the chat, but D-Dubs told me they just put a new commit towards the FT Labs version of PyCom. and that is really good, guys. It's really stinking good. Okay. This is fast fetch. It is going to be built from the binaries on GitHub. So that's something that you might want, because it's not in the Debian stable repos. I don't know if it's in testing either, but if it, regardless, it's going to get installed. It's also going to install my version of Ghosty, which is not a big deal, but it's using my configuration files, and it's not really that. I mean, it's not that special, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. My configuration is really not that special, but it does look nice. It's going to install some nerd fonts. It's going to install a GTK and an icon theme, and then it's going to apply that theme in the change theming part of the script, and then it's going to ask you whether you want to replace the bash RC with my particular bash RC. So let me just say that part right there, which is in this section, which is you're going to see this kind of subroutine says replace _ bash RC. And it's going to ask you, would you like to overwrite your bash RC with my particular version of it? And then it will actually rename the current bash RC to a backup file, and then apply, because it's going to get it from my dot files at GitHub. Hopefully I'm making a lot of sense, and I'm not. People, you guys can hear me, okay? Can you guys hear me, or am I just talking to the air? I just wanted to stop and make sure somebody can hear me. Oh, cool. Thanks. Okay, so the second part, I mean, like I said, these are all built into subroutines. So like I wanted to talk about this fast fetch installation. It is simple because it's going to get to the GitHub, and it is going to do a CMake build, and then it's going to move that binary to the user local bin directory, and that's going to work great. And it really only took, like I said, it only is taking about I don't know, what is that, 8 lines of code to do that. So really efficient. There's the FT Labs at another maybe 10 lines of code at the most. And then there's all these install requirements, okay? So it's going to install CMake and Meson and a bunch of other things that are necessary for the rest of the packages to build. So enough with this. We can look at this again maybe after the install, but I'm just going to go Control Q to get out of micro, and then we're going to run this. Oop, I guess I turned my caps on. We're going to run install.sh, okay? And it's going to run, okay? So there's not a lot that I need to do in the meantime except look at the chat because it's gonna take about, I don't know, maybe 5 at the most 10 minutes. I haven't done it on a machine like this before, and it's not like it's using this i3 processor from 20 years ago. It's a decent processor, but it's certainly not the big PC that I have about 6 feet away from me, and which is what I normally do my testing on. But I'm recording on that, and I'm using my test machine at the same time. So there you go. Yes, let's talk about micro, because man, I wish it had just a tad more functionality, but it is really stinking good. Especially if you're, if you're definitely not a Vim Motions kind of person, it is probably the best terminal-based text editor, period. I will say this, and maybe we can look at it if we have a little bit of time. The MC Edit, which is part of MC, the file, the terminal file manager, kind of decent. it's kind of decent, especially when you configure it a little, just a little bit. I have not used WesTerm. No. Kitty problems. Didn't you used to use Alacrity at any point, Matt? Because I kind of thought you did. I don't know if that, I mean, even Alacrity is now in the Debian stable repo, so. Oh, good. I'm glad you took a look at that, War Thunder, because by the way, he's referring to MC. I kind of pointed him to that because not everybody is a is using Ranger or something like that, and you have the ability to use your mouse in the terminal with MC. Yeah, that's cool. No, and I get the fact that yeah, Tilex is awesome, by the way. I get the fact that you don't want to use like Ghosty yet. That's totally understandable. But I am installing it on this, so I don't know if that makes, if you want to take a look at that part when we get to it. But overall, oh no, I did a whole video on that, didn't I? Yeah, I guess I did. Short memory. Debian SID, yeah. Not everything, I mean, I wish, well, I mean, by definition, SID is not going to be as stable as what I currently use, which is the stable branch. And because of that, I tend to not want to use anything that's going to break, which is why I don't use basically any other rolling release type distro. I guess that's what I'm trying to say, like Arch. Even though I did use Arch for a while, a little while. I'm going to say a while, and that was quite a while ago. But I think everybody did when they were watching YouTube and they saw people that were, that they considered kind of experts in the field, including Matt for a while actually, and it seemed like everybody was on Arch at one point, and I really wanted to be like, proficient at Linux. And so I thought this is my only shot to be, like super proficient. And it's not true. And guarantee you that and here's the one takeaway. Okay. It doesn't really matter what distro you're on. It really doesn't, because it's not going to make you a better user. It just isn't. But the truth of the matter is, whatever you feel comfortable in, that's what you should go with. And it really doesn't matter what I or anybody else says. Just be happy with what your choices are. Installing FastFetch now, and it's going through this whole like C building. The one thing that takes a little bit of time is actually the installation of Ghosty, because it's doing, well, the first part of it is it installs Zig, and then it has to build using Zig, and it takes a little bit of time. Yeah, I have, the FastFetch script that I'm using is, like I said, it's maybe eight lines of code. That's it. You can steal it, Nate, if you really want to. I don't really care. So here's the Ghosty installation part. Okay, it's using Zig to compile. And like I said, it does take a little bit of time to do that. So we are waiting a little bit, but overall, it's a really, really slick terminal. And after watching some of the interviews with the devs, I thought to myself, they're going to try and replace what is it called? Something I don't use. I lost my train of thought. Sorry, guys. All right. Well, I'll think of it later. How's everybody's day? It was a busy day for me, but not nearly as it has been in the last, like, I don't know, week or so. Today seemed like a little bit of a lull, but still, good day. Chimux, thank you. Yes. I was like, I could not remember that to be for anything. Yes. Thank you, Alex. Yeah, they're going to try to, I mean, I think that they're trying to make it like irrelevant by using Ghosty as a terminal. I don't know. That's all I know. I mean, so I'm not going to talk intelligently about it at all. But that was something that I did hear. Hope you're feeling better, Nate. I mean, I know that you were struggling a few days ago, but you seemed pretty good at the during the podcast yesterday. I was a little sick after the podcast, but we won't talk about that. It's always good to be on pain medicine. No. So yeah, that was mean. All right. I'm done with you. Let's go, Ghosty. Let's get it finished. Anybody got dinner plans later? Wednesday is my burger night, and I'm looking forward to it. Burger night here in Central Florida means going to Burger 21, home of the Wednesday cheesy combo, which is a burger, a cheeseburger, and fries for $7.99. Excellent. Just saying. Hey, here we go. There we go. Let's install some fonts. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, War Thunder. It is fancy. Oh, Nate. There we go. Let it have a little bit of cow. Oh, nice. Everyone looking. Okay, here we are. We're at the end of the script where it's asking, do you want to overwrite your current bash RC with the Just a Guy Linux bash RC? And strangely, I'm saying yes. Okay, and it goes and gets it from my dot files and puts it in the right place. And now all we need to do is reboot, friends. So hopefully I am able to keep, again, the same aspect ratio in my stream. Looks like I'm good so far. And there you go. So all that scripting just did was go from like basically a server, you know, a net install of Debian where there's literally nothing on there except the base utils. And we're going to log in. This is the GNOME login manager, and boom, we're looking at BSPWM, friends. Okay. And there you go. I've got 12 workspaces. I am going to go control enter. Control enter. What a moron. Super enter. And we're going to look at what Ghosty is looking like right now. Okay. So because we talked a little bit about Ghosty, let's go to the .config Ghosty and ls, and it's just a simple config. So I'm gonna like I don't have, yeah, let's just do it this way, micro and then config. Okay, and so that's it. I mean, that's the extent of my configuration right now. It's using a specific font, a specific size, and some opacity. And I added a keybind, which is basically Shift-Control-R to reload the configuration if I decided to, and a theme called Night Fox. And that is it. And that is all she wrote for this particular configuration file. So it looks really good, you know, and if you want, you can add a new tab. You can split right or split down. I know that some people really like that. So if I split right and I split down, you're going to see 3 different panels in the terminal. So all those are good. Okay. And I'm going to go do a different workspace. And let's open up Genie. Okay. And forgive me while I just kind of make this a little bit more usable for me. Okay. I installed, no, actually, because I did this installation, I have added some custom plugins for Genie. So I'm going to add them now. Get numbers, markdown, spell check, split window, and tree browser. And that should be good. And let's go over here to preferences. We don't want to show these. We want this to be on the right. And we want this to be sauce regular. So let's go with this. And let's bump this up to 16. Select. And let's go to the toolbar. And let's go small. And there you go. Okay, so I won't change anything else for now. Actually, let's show hidden files. And let's go into our configuration. Okay, so here's the BSP WMRC file. Okay, how does that look? Do you guys think that the white background is more easily seen on video, or is it better to have the black or the dark background with the lighter colors? I'm curious. So I'll just keep going until somebody tells me otherwise. So what I'm seeing here, white background is good? Okay. What I'm seeing here is that I have 12 workspaces. That's the only thing that that's doing. And as far as gap size is concerned, so I'm going to just add another thing. There's a 10 pixel gap in between the two active windows, which is, like I said, a choice. If you want less or more, you're welcome to, you're welcome to change whatever I got. Now the split ratio is 0.5. All right, let me go ahead and close this back again. And when it comes to colors, all right, these are the only colors that I have and they happen to be, kind of a nice green and a dark. When something is active, it's going to be the nice green, which is the border that you're seeing right here. And it's a dark when it is an inactive part of the window. So like, for example, when I have this, the active window shows this green border around, and you're seeing on the Genie side, you're seeing a dark. But when I change, it actually like highlights where the active window is. Okay, so these are basic things. By the way, if you want, I have this commented out. Okay, this rule right here. This rule, all is doing is it's saying, I want every new window to be vertical. Okay, I don't know if that makes a lot of sense. Okay, but what you're doing is you're saying, I want to split to the east. So you're not using kind of that binary dwindle way it actually opens windows. Because if I did that right now, for example, you're seeing how it like dwindles down the screen. Okay. Yes, it would be exactly like, I want to say exactly, it would be like i3 in that it would be vertical. Correct. Okay. So in this case, you're talking about, how it's dwindling down like the binary tree, which is why it's called BSPWM. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you that real quick. Hopefully I don't have to, it will work. I'm just going to remove that comment and I'm going to save it. And now I'm going to hit control, the second time I've done that, Super Shift R. Okay. And you'll see that Dunce is actually reporting the fact that I restarted my BSPWM. Okay. But now if I open, notice that it is in a vertical fashion. So you have a choice. It can be vertical or you can have it dwindle like the binary dwindling. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to close that. And I want to, so we're almost at 5 o'clock and I didn't, like I said, I didn't want to do this like a long stream, but I want to also mention how stinking simple is this configuration file. Okay. Because essentially all of this is not necessary. These are like rules that I have set up so that you can see what can be done. I guess that's the best way to describe it. Okay. So I have certain things that are floating like QIMGV, the Xarchiver for Thunar, Tilix, which is my secondary terminal. And the reason why I'm saying floating, okay, is because I want certain things to float like right out of the box. So right now, I'm going to open up my keybind. Okay. You're going to see I have this very consistent. Now this is part of this new BSPWM config that I'm doing. Okay. I wanted it to be very consistent with its comments. And then I kind of left in whatever I wanted in terms of key bindings, but I wanted the comments to mean like comment or hashtag space and then the description. And I'm going to explain that to you right now because of this right here. Okay. Show key binding help script. Okay. So what I'll do is actually, let me go into scripts and help. Okay. Now here's another part of the script. All right. Now I talked about the install script, but here's a 20-ish line piece of script that is kind of interesting. Okay. So what it's doing is, because sxhkd is in this format, and I did this specifically for this format, it is going to use this help script using awk, okay? And it is going to take that sxhkd script, which is in .config, BSPWM, sxhkd, and take the RC script and then reformat it into a helper, okay? And what it's doing is it's going to use this Rofi command to show, and it's going to use, actually, it's using this keybinds.r to this .razi file, so that when I hit super H, right, super H, it's calling this help script, so super H, and it's going to show you everything that is in that sxhkd.rc file, and it's going to demonstrate what the actual key bindings are as a helper. I hope that helps, because if you are doing this installation, I mean, the other one did not do this. So the old installation method that I had, before was simply reading a text file, which does not change. Here, if you're using the sxhkd RC file and you make a change, it will reflect that change into the help system. So I'm digging it. I dig that. Okay. So that it also, like, and you can just use Rofi here, and you say, I want Firefox, and it automatically shows you what what the options are. Oh, cool. Yeah, cool. You're welcome to it. It is like I said before. If let me open up a browser somewhere. Okay. Super B for browser. Okay. So just so that we're clear here, it is github.com/drewgriff/BSPWM. Okay. So, so this script here is going to be, these are my scripts for this particular project, guys. So here it is. It's going to show you a few others as well. But help is the script that I was just demonstrating right here. So, and you've got change volume and polybar. So change volume, let me just demonstrate that real quick. Okay. So with the key binding, and let's go back over here. With the key binding, super plus, where am I at? Increase volume. Here we go. Custom script. Okay. With the key binding super insert and super delete, you're actually going to change the volume. And that's like I said, that's a key binding thing. Now I could simply go up to the polybar, which is what you're seeing across the screen. Okay. And then just scroll where I want the volume to be, or if I click on it, it mutes. Okay. But if I am trying to become more keyboard centric, I'm going to hit super insert, and right there you'll see that it is on 6771, and it's gonna mirror exactly what the polybar says, but I wanted it to actually be in a dunst format, so it's actually reporting. So I don't necessarily need the volume portion of the polybar. I could do without it and still be able to see what the volume will be as I say super insert or super delete. Okay. So that's what that script does. What else? Oh yeah, that's cool too though. I mean, the change volume, let me just open up that script. Actually, let me go over here and do that because it shows up better. Yeah. This is the simple bash script that does the change volume. Like I said, it is in that same repo. Let me go back and show you something really quickly though. And I know that I'm not going to be on that much longer, guys, but I super appreciate all of you that have joined. There's this Discord, and we all, I mean, I don't know about we all, but I use Discord quite a bit. And it's always been one of those things where the Debian package for Discord is not good. It just isn't, guys. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't work very well. And I don't use Flatpak or anything like that. I actually use this script to do the installation. And there's two reasons for it, okay? And let me just go ahead and run it, okay? So I'm going to go into .config, BSPWM. You can move these scripts around as well. And then let's just say Discord, okay? So what it's going to do is, there we go. Yeah, I just had to validate. That's it. That's the entire installation for Discord. All I had to do is just run that script, and it installs Discord for you and puts it in the right spot. Let me go back over here. Okay, Discord. Okay, and what it does is it looks and it places the binary. Discord has this binary that if you choose to, you can use it. It's this discord.tar.gz file. Okay, it's taking the latest one from Discord, and then it's opening it into your opt Discord directory. Okay, and I like this better. It's really fast. And then, by the way, I put in this desktop entry. So if I say super space and I say Discord, it's right there so that you can, if you wanted to, you could launch it directly from Rofi as well. Okay. And so it runs this one routine called install Discord. Now, what it also will do is, you know how they have those annoying, hey, you need to update your Discord? Okay. If you run the same script, it will clean the old Discord installation and then reinstall the newest version. So it's kind of a twofold. Not only does it do the initial installation, but it will also clean and update to a newer Discord version. Excuse me while I cough. So I have never had a problem, by the way, using this method with Discord. Just saying. And now that I've said that, somebody else will go, yeah, I had all kinds of problems with the way you do it. So let me think about this for a second. Now, we've talked a little bit about this bash RC. And this is everything that JAGL, yeah, just a guy Linux. I don't know if that makes anything. Just a guy Linux is JAGL. So this is my startup. And one of the things that I like about BSPWM is because it can be done in any type of file. Now, this is a simple bash. And as you can tell, I am using bash quite a bit for scripting. So this helper file, this change volume, the Discord, all of them bash scripts. All of them very easy for you to kind of make your own as well if you choose to do so. Let me just go ahead and open the install script again too. But I have kind of switched back from DWM to BSPWM. The reason why is because this is so simple. It truly is just so simple, because with, let's just say, DWM, you need to actually have the patch in order to run your DWM start, which is in a completely different location. It's actually in your .local share DWM, I think, directory, if I had to remember correct. And then all of a sudden, you have to make that change. If you do make any changes to the configuration, then you have to, you have to run the make again. And so with this, the configuration is so stinking simple that I think that's why I've always said I like this for anybody, beginners as well as power users. Okay, I think that I think that there are others that would come into that like beginner realm as well, which would be like i3. But for my money, this is so good. This is so good. Let me go over here. And I know I've shown this before. I like this especially because let me demonstrate this. If I open up a terminal, if I open up another terminal, it splits it 50%. But the configuration, let me go back to the configuration again. Sorry, guys. I'm kind of all over the place. So the split ratio is 0.5. So that is the reason why these split into two equal 50% real estate locations. All right. If I'm in the right, so I'm on the left side of the window. All right. And you can see it by the green border. If I hit another terminal, it's actually splitting that 50% in two. See what I'm talking about? Which is fine. But let's just say you want to, make everything equal. This command, should be right here. This command here, so super equal, will make everything on your desktop the same size. So if I hit super equal, it actually resizes everything. And so if I want, I can just go close that. It's not resized. I hit super equal again, and it then resizes. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate you, bro. Okay. There's also a couple things that I think are interesting with regard to the sxhkd. I have installed Flameshot. I want to make sure I said that I did that correctly, right? Let me hit super print screen. Yep, I did. Okay, I wanted to make sure I installed that during the installation process so that if I just go like this and that, and then it actually saves. It saves that screen capture to its own directory called screenshots. Okay. Another thing that I wanted to mention too, where is that part of focus? I'm actually towards the end, guys, so I apologize if I'm taking up too much time here. Where's that focus? Huh. I want to make sure that this is working correctly. Oh, right there. Yeah. Okay. So right here, this is, I broke it up. I was looking for a longer string, guys, and I actually broke it so that when I do hit that super H, it shows tiling mode, floating mode, and full screen mode in separate ways. Okay. I was looking for the one big long string of characters that I used to use, but I did break this up into 3 different parts. Okay. So let's just say I wanted to like pull out something and make it floating. Okay. So actually, you know what I haven't done? I haven't opened up Thunar so that you can actually look at the GTK settings that I have used, icons and the GTK theme that I used. Actually, let me just show you real quick. Okay, I'm using the Orcus Teal Dark, and I'm using the Colloid Teal Everforest Dark as my icons. Okay. So, what was I going to say? Oh. So because of those key bindings, let's just say I wanted to move one to a floating window. All I have to do is say Super Shift T. Did I do that wrong? Oh, space, sorry. Super Shift Space. Okay, Super Shift Space takes the active window and puts it as a floating window. And you're going to go, oh, wow, okay, I can do that. So I want to put it back. Super Shift T puts everything back to tiling mode. Okay. There is something I like about this. Like I said, I'm using the FT Labs PyCom. So I'm moving things left and right. Okay. And if I'm using super control left arrow, super control. Ooh, I need to fix that. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, I need to fix that, but I will fix that today. Okay. And if I'm holding the super key down and I'm using the right mouse click, I can resize it any way that I want. Okay. Okay. Wonder why that didn't work correctly. Yeah, I need to fix that. That's annoying. All right. So, but I am able to resize any way I want to. Okay. Let me think if there's anything else I really wanted to talk about today. A lot of it was about scripting, guys. It really was. And like I said before, it's such a easy way to automate something. And we talked about this at if it's floating, can you resize? Yes, the answer is yes. So let's just say I am floating, because I'm going to use, like, I don't know, Tilix, for example. Or let's just do this. Okay. If I use super shift space, it's going to float, and I can resize. I can hold the super down, super key, and left mouse, and I can move it any way I want. If I'm super and then left mouse click, I can resize it any way that I want. Okay? Does that answer your question? Scripting, so much fun. Look at Toolkit 99. Yep. 99% bash, 1% sweat, Stevie. All right, so that answers the question. Do you add sticky window? You know what you can do, and I don't know that I am like 100% understand the question, but you can definitely, yes, the answer is yes. I don't remember exactly how to do that, but what you do is you set up a BSPC rule, and you say sticky equals true, or I think that's what you do. But I'd have to look it up. But I'm very, very certain that is part of a rule that you need to set. Okay. Mod Shift O in DWM or 0. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you can set a rule for that. Yeah, I'll look into that. I'll look into that. Maybe next stream we can talk about that for sure. Okay, guys, I am cooked and done, and it is burger time. I don't know what else to say other than I'm going to enjoy my Burger 21 tonight for $7.99. And I appreciate all of you who have joined in the live stream, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.